How to build the basic strength you need for breaking. Video requested by one of our students. So in breaking you don't need so much strength. It's mostly a matter of mobility, flexibility, a lot of body control, coordination, and musicality, and also other factors. Strength is also one of the factors, but it's not one of the most important ones. Of course, there are some exceptions because breaking is very broad. You can have many different breaking styles. You can be based a lot on musicality, on footwork, top rocks. And in this case, maybe you don't need so much strength, or maybe just some leg strength to do the footworks, the go downs. But if your style is mostly based on power moves or tricks or freezes, maybe you need a little bit more strength. But if you're a beginner, what kind of exercises you should do to build a little bit of strength? I will suggest you just 2 exercises because, as I said, you don't need too much and you don't want to get too tired in your breaking sessions. You want to still perform at your best in your breaking sessions, but you want to still get stronger. So the only 2 exercises you will need are push-ups and L-sit. Why these 2 exercises? Because the push-ups are going to rely a lot on shoulder strength and also on tricep and a little bit of chest strength. These muscles are very used in breaking, especially the shoulders. The chest actually not that much, but the shoulders and the tricep way more, especially the shoulders. Also, even in footworks, when you just lean your weight on your hands like this, okay, if you just do it like this for a few seconds, you don't feel your shoulders, but if you start doing some footwork combinations and so on, if you're not used to them, you will start feeling your shoulders a lot. Also your legs, of course, but your shoulders as well. Because your shoulders, they work even if your arm is straight. Instead, when you bend your arms, when you do freezes like this and you want to push up from the freeze up to the handstand and so on, you're going to still use the shoulder strength a lot, but also the tricep strength and also maybe a little bit of chest strength depending on how you do the freeze. So the push-ups, first exercise, how to perform it. Hands at the same level with your shoulders, so not too wide, not too close, but like this, facing forward. You have to try to be in a straight line with your body, kind of like this. Contract your glutes. If you contract your glutes, you're gonna be a little bit more straight and you have a little bit more control on your body posture. So really contract your glutes, squeeze them. Try to be in a straight line. If you're not sure if you are in a straight line or not, I recommend you to just lift up the hips a little bit and to stay a little bit in a triangle shape. Even if it's not straight, it's still better than being arched. So instead of being kind of like this, arched, maybe now I'm exaggerating, but if you're not sure, if you're a little bit arched and you want to make sure you are straight, try to push up the hips even more a little bit, kind of like this. Okay, as I said, it's not perfectly straight, but it's still good to develop strength for your shoulders, for your tricep, even for your core a little bit. And then when you go down, you want to go down until you almost reach the floor with your chest. And then push up until your arms are straight, but also don't finish the movement here, but finish the movement here. So fully push with your shoulders. Don't finish here, but push. Do also this movement. And the arms at the end of the movement should be completely straight. So bend, almost reach the floor with your chest and push completely up. Don't kill the movement. Don't do push-ups kind of like that. These are not well executed push-ups, okay? You have to extend fully and you have to go down fully. If your shoulders are very unflexible and you feel a stretch when you are here, your shoulders, as you can see, are going backwards, kind of like doing a shoulder extension, okay? But if you don't have a decent shoulder extension, this stretch here, maybe you will start feeling a stretch here on your shoulders. If you start feeling a stretch, if it's too much, you can go a little bit higher in the push-up, so not so deep. So you can do something like that. It's still okay, but when you get better, try to go fully down, like this, okay? Try to get used to the movement with time, gradually. The second exercise, the L-sit. The L-sit is this one here. If you cannot do it, you can do some exercises to learn it. The easiest exercise to learn the L-sit is this one here, from here. Arms straight, legs straight, and just push your shoulders up, like this. And lift up the hips. And repeat this movement 10 times, maybe 20 times, depending on how hard or how easy it is for you. A little bit harder version of this exercise is pushing up and then going backwards with your hips. Not too much, just a little bit. So pushing and going backwards, and then sitting. Then pushing, going backwards, going forward and sitting. Pushing, going backwards, going forward and sitting. If you go backwards, you will start using your core as well a little bit, and you will start feeling your legs, the stretch on your legs if you're not that flexible, but it's good in this case. The L-sit, why we're doing L-sit and not some crunches or other abs exercises? Because in the L-sit we are using the core. That is very important for breaking, especially for flares, for some power moves, for some freezes like the air chair. But we are also using the shoulders at the same time. As I said before, the shoulders are very important in breaking, and we are also going to use the hips flexors. So the L-sit is a very complete exercise for breaking. If you are just doing some crunches, for example, it's not enough. So L-sit, this is the first exercise. This is the second one. The third one will be lifting up like this and lifting up one leg at a time. If this one is too easy, you can try to lift up both legs like this, or at the same time, like this. Doing this one is almost as hard as the L-sit. Another exercise, even a little bit more advanced, is this one here, from here, lifting up to the L-sit and going down. Lifting up to the L-sit and going down. Lifting up to the L-sit and going down. How many reps and sets should you do of push-ups of this L-sit? It all depends on your level. You should test yourself first. Try as an experiment to do your maximal push-ups and your maximal L-sit hold, or try this exercise at first and test your maximum. When you figure out what your maximum is, do a little bit less of your maximum. So for example, let's say your push-up maximum is 10 repetitions. So do 7 or 8 repetitions, but for 3 sets or 4 sets or maximum 5 sets. Not more, because then you're gonna get too tired. Especially if you do this workout and you do a breaking training at the same time, it's gonna be too tiring. So don't do too much, but also don't do too little, okay? You should really try to find a balance. So 3 to 5 sets, it's okay, not more than that. This is a tutorial for beginners, but if you get more advanced, okay, you can implement more exercises depending on your level, on your goals, a lot of factors. But for the moment, stay very basic. Start only with these 2 exercises. But the important thing is that you increase the level gradually, week by week, or every 2 weeks, or even every month. For example, you start with 8 push-ups for 3 sets for the first month. After 1 month, you want to increase the repetitions or increase the sets. So instead of doing 8 repetitions for 3 sets, you want to do 9 repetitions for 3 sets. Or you can increase by 1 set. You can do 8 repetitions, but for 4 sets instead of 3. The important thing is that you always increase gradually every month, every week, depending on how you feel. Always increase, but very slowly. Don't increase from 8 repetitions to 12 repetitions, but increase one by one, gradually with time. In this way, you're gonna have a very smooth progress over time.